Back in November, Pekin City Council was one seat short, but today, Mayor Burris tells us a selection has been made. Right here in 1836, Frank McWhorter became the first black man to legally purchase this town, known as New Philadelphia. And neighbors tell me that the suspects came back and attempted to steal another flag and actually burn one right here on this street. We just left the courthouse where the judge ruled that 20-year-old Messiah Carpenter will remain in jail until his trial. Prosecutors say they believe Carpenter is a threat to the community and that he is allegedly affiliated with the gang, the Jump Out Boys. We've just learned that the home is a total loss. Firefighters are unsure what caused it. So far, police have not described a motive for everything that's happened. Tazewell County Clerk John Ackerman says 75% of registered voters in the area cast their ballots for this year's general election. Dr. Rashid adds that he sees nearly 50 patients per year for corrections and that detecting legitimate Botox vendors is actually not that hard. Leach's daughter, Cindy Miller, tells us this is the second fire her mother has suffered from within the past 6 years, walking away with only a burn on her ear.
This is the file right here for a 15-year-old juvenile who is out in our streets.
Local attorney Sean Cusack says it's highly unlikely that no cash bail would apply to a juvenile for severe crimes such as a homicide. On Monday, President Trump signed the executive order that only recognizes people as male and female, and this is already controversial in Illinois. However, with the Democratic supermajority in Springfield, we'll have to wait and see if they even allow her bill to be heard in the committee. Claire Taylor plays 3 instruments, but the mellophone is the one we'll be hearing tunes from at this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York. But this Black Friday, there's a lot less traffic, and several shoppers told me they missed the chaos of it all. Kimler says people shouldn't have to look over their shoulder or soften their voice when expressing their needs, which is where this community center comes to play. The Parsons also say they want to expand the place with a reindeer retreat Airbnb for guests and year-round activities for visitors. The journey begins. The city of Washington is officially a dementia-friendly community, and they're taking these steps to raise awareness. Family, classmates, teachers, mentors, and the community gathered to remember young Therese Lamar Johnson II on Friday morning at Sovereign Grace Missionary Baptist Church. The 10-year-old was fatally shot on September 29th inside Cityscape Apartments on Peoria's South Side. Diane Hines, his music teacher at Elise Ford Allen Academy, says Therese expressed interest in the choir, but never got an opportunity to join. The choir sang a cover of Whitney Houston's The Greatest Love of All and some original songs about finding hope, positivity, and inspiration.
Some of the words, like when they sing Hang On In There, it's saying what you're going to do when your back's against the wall, how you're going to smile when it seems all hope is lost, and it's just telling you to hang on in there. Just hang on in there and just trust God.
And many loved ones describe 10-year-old Therese as a fun, loving, outgoing kid who loved music, Fortnite, and was an aspiring YouTuber. Coordinators of the funeral, Shari Tucker and Tammy Evans, say Therese had an old soul and was smart, kind, and loved everyone around him.
It's amazing and it's very, very beautiful, and we definitely appreciate the whole community just for coming together.
It really showed that we all became one.
Tucker and Evans also say they're providing prayer calls for the family and will make sure they get anything else they need. The funeral featured shades of red and white, as those were his favorite colors. He leaves behind his 2 parents, 5 brothers, and 2 sisters. 1 man and 1 teen have been arrested in connection with his death. After submitting an audition video in April of last year, the Coach Bree Cottage Cheer and Dance Company was selected in June a year ago. Disney took samples from an international field, and this Peoria squad will perform at Times Square and Disney's World Broadway stage July 25th through the 28th. During their stay, they'll complete a theatrical movement and music workshop, which includes a celebrity masterclass. The founder and head coach wants her team to be well-rounded as they practice tumbling, cheer, ballet, and hip-hop.
I'm super excited to go and represent Peoria because I want everyone to see how much talent Peoria has and how much dedication Peoria has and how hard we all work to work for our children.
And many on this team tell me they've learned companionship, leadership, and work ethic, all while having fun with friends. They've also said they're excited to see New York City for the first time and say they're looking forward to the CBC routine based on the name of the team.
My favorite is CBC because we do a lot of stunts in the opening.
We get to use more attitude in that dance.
We add flags and also we have tricks and stuff in it, so it makes it really fun.
I just want to have fun and be with my team.
The cheer and dance team will also be performing at Peoria's local Juneteenth parade on Saturday. Zanita Winters' mother says her heart jumped into her throat when she learned her 35-year-old daughter was killed. But she wants people not to judge her daughter for staying in what she calls an abusive relationship for years because it's not always easy to get out. Zelina Winters describes her daughter as someone who was loving, caring, compassionate, and full of life, and close to her 5-year-old son, Stevan. But now, she is left to raise her 5-year-old grandson alone. On August 11th, Zanita Winters and another woman who attempted to help her were both shot. Winters was killed, and the other woman is still in critical condition. Winters' boyfriend, Stevie Linwood, is charged in her death. He is currently in jail. Zelina remembers being traumatized in the hospital by the sight of her deceased daughter, with her eldest son, Jojo, comforting her.
He said, "Mom, please do not go towards the top of her head. Don't." How the bullet entered her head and just slided her head to one side. You don't want to see that.
Zelina says her daughter suffered in an abusive relationship and wants people to understand it's not always easy to just leave, because her own daughter feared Linwood would retaliate. She says Linwood had threatened her multiple times throughout the relationship.
Where are you getting out of it? The prison. You could have just let her go to be free. My daughter did not deserve this, and she did not deserve.
Zelina says her daughter reported Linwood's threats to the police, but never filed a restraining order out of fear of harm. Zanita was working as a CNA in a nursing home, and her former employers have been staying in touch with the family. Stevie Linwood is due back in court September 4th and was ordered to stay in jail before his trial.